Carol J. Posner, and I am the author of Ordinary Patriot, the Christian Child at War. I think that I've written all my life. I've always been one who journals, and as my son went to war, I started doing it even more intensely, especially as I got communication from him. The letters from the front are frightening at times, and sometimes they're heartwarming, but wartime communication is always poignant and rich, and it gives you a different perspective of any war, whether it be without politics, without opinions. It just lets you know what these guys are doing over there. Many times we would be in tears when we got his communication. And as I started writing these down and expressing my feelings and writing back or emailing back or speaking on the phone to him, I realized that there are other people out there, other mothers, that might benefit from hearing this. And it's not necessarily only wartime. The first time your child goes to college, then there's all kinds of influences, and actually for the first time, you don't have your hands in their life. You're completely out of control, and as a Christian, all I can do is pray. And I know there are many out there going through similar issues. Most of these young men and women are so young and so inexperienced, and there's so much danger out there, and in reflection with the way that we withdrew from Afghanistan, you have to remember things like that. They have their own story, they have their own history. Even the training can be dangerous. We hear of helicopters in training going down all the time. One time when Jesse was in jump school, he came out of a plane and his parachute didn't open up, and he had to follow his training. He was dropping, and he dropped towards another parachute that was open, and he was told to run across the parachute and drop off at the other side in hopes that the parachute would open, and that's what he did. That's the way he was trained. Scary as it seems, he ran across that parachute, and he said it felt as hard as cement, and he jumped on the other side. And since the air got under his parachute, it opened and he was safe. But that's training, and it's frightening to know that they go through that. And then there's other things that are so humorous. Explosion that scarred his face, and as a kid he thought that was cool. Every letter we got was uplifting. Back in the previous wars, communication was few and far between. I remember a woman telling me that as her brother was in World War II, her mother would cry herself to sleep every night because they wouldn't hear from them for months and months. And they would never know, is he alive, is he dead? So every letter we got, I knew on that date that he was alive. And it didn't matter how scary the letter was. There was that reassurance that he survived. I remember one particular letter where he told me that he was escorting a prisoner to the prison camp. And as he did so, the man turned and tried to kill him. And he was able, just out of training, to get him knocked out. And he was safe. So scary as that was, I was so blessed that he was safe. And this situation with him being over there deployed kept us on our knees. He was a warrior now, and we became prayer warriors. And it was just a drawing close to the Lord like we never had in the past. and I don't know how we would have gotten through it without our faith. Simply put, Ordinary Patriot is the musings of a young American Christian with a bit of humor and a determination to survive and come back to the country and to the people that he really loved for the first time in his life.